nothing compared to the team. My gang, we had to go hard, we came up with nothing prepared but a dream. No plan, we knew how to work, knew how to fall in love with the pain. No cap, when we on the field, we making them fall in love with the game. Gang, we go to war, we ain't gonna train. Keep 100, we go all the way. 11 hours and we call it day. Up at 7, do it all again. That's my team. Any other team, we showing them up. The only direction we going is up. The only reflection of gold is us. Just think on my back, I got it front, we move as a unit. If one of us falls, we pick him back up, yeah, that's how we do it. If we can be stopped, don't call me a bluff, cause no one has proved it. When we at the top, don't say it was luck, cause we had to choose it. We always hungry and want more. This is the battle we come for. You call it extra time, but we just call it an encore. Been ready to rumble, and we bringing it straight to your front door. Me and the team gon' leave you beat up, bullied and dunked on. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied and dunked on. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. If you know, you know. Got victory state of mind. You can't break the mold. Yeah, I'm with my team. We ain't about to fold. If we in it, we gon' win it. That's my ride or die. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied and dunked on. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied and dunked on. Rep the colors, rep the numbers, rep each other. We gon' leave you dunked on.
Dun 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 dun. Can you hear me now? Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's right. I stole his shit. Gave me the keys to the stream. And I stole his opener. Let's go. What is going on, everybody, in the AACL? As obvious, my name is not Dave Axis. I'm so much handsomer than him. My name is Reycap. I am the quarterback for Notre Dame. I am the up-and-coming broadcaster. I have an echo?
Is it coming through your speakers?
It was probably coming through my speakers when in Discord, because my speakers are loud as shit. One of the up-and-coming top broadcasters in the AACL. And for some reason, Dave entrusted me to do this to y'all.
What is wrong with you?
That is exactly what's wrong with Dave. He entrusted me with his channel, and now you guys have the debut edition of the AACL Reycap.
Let's go.
So, we tried this with we tried doing this on the 2-night show. It took up a lot of time, and with all y'all, with all you scoring these high valuable plays that I just can't skip over, and y'all just want to be ball hogs, honestly. So, what me and Dave came up with was another show on a different night, and I chose it to be the night before we start the next week, because it's kind of nice to give you a little refresher about what happened the week before, right before you go into the next week and get all hyped up again. I could actually give you that hype before you have to hear Dave's boring old voice. I'm gonna get kicked off of this channel if I keep up with this shit. But, ladies and gentlemen, the debut edition of the Reycap is here. It is a little lackluster. I apologize. This was pretty much all done really, really last minute. I was working way too hard on everything.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Thank you. So we put all the highlights onto a brand new show that's going to happen every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday night, unless the week starts early or the week starts late. Depending on when the week starts, which usually is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as you all know. Dave didn't send me the stinger before he left either. And I was reading chat for a second. So it's just going to cut straight to stuff here and there, and you'll get to listen to my beautiful voice instead. So let's do a good old Dave thing. First in the chat was, as always, Crazy Canuck, then Stream Elements, then me, and then we had Leathers, we have Twiggy, Mac Dre, Michaela, Dave Axis, and his lovely pink Lisa, TMG, T-Roy, Yogi Bar, Kyle is here, Mickey, so fine, he's so fine, he blows my mind. Hey, Mickey. Timothy, James, welcome in. Corn Hub, first time chatter, Odeon, been here, did talk. I'm still gonna call you a first time chatter anyways. Bullet Beletsky, how you doing this evening? You'll get it one day, Ray. You know what? You are absolutely 100% right, Kenneth. Thank you. Lasha, long ass last name. Love to hear that. Who's all doing the lurky looks right now? Scurvy Dog's in there. Regress, Money Folder, Jay Swift, Fred Trammell, Drapsnat, Doug Britton, Donk, Cocoa Punch, all you lovely people. Welcome to the first edition of the Reycap. And if you don't like it, then it's probably going to get deleted forever. But you shouldn't like it. Now, I was going to put a little rule scene in here that tells you all the rules that I'm going to do for it, and what I do with the highlights. Rule number 1, if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck. Pretty much. I run by that basis pretty much all my life. If you do not like what I say, I really just don't give a shit. But please stay, because it's extra views for Dave, and Dave needs all the views he can get. Rule number 2. Going along with the highlights, if you have not noticed, I do not put any highlights that pertain to AI players unless that AI player scores a touchdown. Then I have to put it in and be like, oh, this quarterback threw a touchdown. Yay! And rule number 3, I don't put every single play in there no matter what. From now on, I mean, before when we were going to put this on tonight, I was only going to do 20 plus gain yards. But since now this is its own show, I have made that decision to bump it down to 15 plus yards. So any run, pass, whatever you do on offense, if anything happens 15 plus, you'll probably be seeing it here tonight and for future episodes of the Reycap. Interceptions, fumbles, safeties, big punt returns that I count over 40 yards unless it was very dramatic. Those are all in as well. Kickoff returns for touchdowns, those will also be in. So pretty much you get it. The big plays and only human players. That's all I care about. What you will see here tonight, I mean, as like I said, this was last minute. As you see here tonight, usually what my plan is from now going forward is I'm going to have every single human stat that was made during a game and put it on a screen. So every single human stat will be on a screen. It won't just be the player of the game or the defensive player or the offensive player or whatever. Every single human stat that happens during the game will be put on the screen, so everybody will get recognition from me, because it's my show. I have no fucking time limit whatsoever. This show ain't going to be lasting like an hour, and then we got to wait 30 minutes and all that shit. No, I'll run this bitch for 3 hours if I want to. So, as you heard, got my own little special song. Kept it away from the ones that we usually do. It's kind of hype. May change it here and there every now and then, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't hit the monitor or use a slipper. What's going on? I kind of want to throw a shoe at him. What? Why?
Acknowledge me. You didn't acknowledge me in chat.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm sad.
Here, I'm flipping her off. There's her acknowledgement. Will the show be over before game one? It'll be
hey,
over
fuck
before
you. I love
tonight.
You.
Because I still gotta work. Is there an over for those telecast? Yeah, put a bet up if I'm gonna go over 2 hours or not.
I'm fucking glad, bitch.
So, without further ado, we're gonna get right into the highlights. And one more thing, I may pop up my webcam for future episodes, but for tonight, since it's kind of like a new show, new pace, getting a new feeling of it, the webcam will stay off, so no beautiful face. But firstly, let's go ahead and get right into this. We're gonna go ahead. Whoops, what happened here? Okay, I put my screen into a folder somewhere. Way to go, Ray. So we're gonna get into this, and we're gonna start off with the Syracuse and Auburn highlights. And I will share my screen, because apparently. So there we go. All right, starting off with Syracuse and Auburn. I mean, it was a very close game in the first half here, as you see Pink Lisa just running down the field, slipping through tackles. Nobody's able to drag her down until you get to Syracuse running for 55 yards. Pink Lisa trying to get that first win of the season. And you go 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Auburn had to settle for 3 on that last drive. 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Taz takes it himself, has the option, but he says, I have the legs to do it. Runs it all the way down the field, 90 yards, and Syracuse strikes first for the touchdown. Go to the Auburn's next drive, hands off to Fox Highwind. He gets dragged down after 13, handed it right off to the ref. Later on in the drive, you got 2nd and 11. Pink Lisa dropping back. She's looking. She has plenty of time in the pocket, throws down the field, has a receiver wide open. Mel Davis coming back, 27-yard touchdown to put Auburn up in front, 13-7, and that Tiger is discoing like crazy. Lisa back out there after the touchdown, throws a dart to Krista. She gets a nice big gain later on the drive, 3rd and 13. Lisa drops back, looking down the middle. Has her tight end. That is Clamsy Whamsy. 13 yards, picks up that clutch first down. But unfortunately, Auburn was not able to do anything with it. Lisa would get sacked and knocked out of field goal range. 1st and 10 for the Syracuse Orange. Taz takes the ball himself and just runs it over to the right side for 21 yards. Later down the drive, 1st and 10, Taz says, I can do it again. But this time he gets stopped behind the line before he could do any damage. Then we go to an Auburn drive. Lisa gets sacked for 7 yards. That is Ace Blade with his first sack of the game. Another Syracuse drive going down the field. Hands it off to the running back. Has open room down the middle. Nick Warner gets 17 yards on that carry. I believe this is the very next play. Throws it over to his left. Wide open receiver on the left side. Ronnie Shanahan, 20 yards. Now we're in the red zone, 1st and goal. Syracuse throwing it over the right side. That is Chester Chess with a 6-yard touchdown. Syracuse strikes back within 2 to Auburn. Lisa steps back, looking, firing down the middle, finds her receiver, Krista, once again for 20 yards, and Krista says, this is my house. 2nd and 4. Lisa drops back, throwing down the field, finds a dot over to the right side for the 2nd touchdown. Brings them up 23-14. 1st and 10. 3:30 left in the 2nd quarter. Lisa cannot believe she threw that pick, but it was a pick by Syracuse, so Syracuse has some fighting power. 3rd and 8 for Syracuse. Taz trying to find somebody open, but he's going to find a sack from the Auburn defense. That's Big Cat Bryant putting down that drive. Right back to another Syracuse drive. 1st and 10. Taz feels the sack once again, this time by Blake Grant. That drive ended with a punt as Lisa hands it off to Highwind. Highwind just forcing himself out of everybody's grasp. He continues to run down the field for 24 yards. Looking back, he's like, yeah, I did that. Auburn.
You're losing frames.
Once again, am I losing frames? No.
Okay.
I'm not losing any frames. Lisa drops back once again, throwing down the middle of the field. Or actually, no, that was Syracuse, my bad. Syracuse throws down the middle of the field and is picked off by Mike Twinscrew. Look at that beautiful interception. Twisting the body and rotating right back around to try and run it down the field. 3rd and 7 for Lisa, overthrowing it to the right, trying to find Clamsy Wamsy, but it is intercepted by Syracuse. Beautiful interception, a way to get his feet in bounds. Taz trying to break out of the sacks, tries to break out the 3rd one there, but gets sacked by Rashad Watson. Pretty much stops the drive. 2nd and 7 for Lisa, taking it herself, shrugs off one tackle. Beautiful flip to the running back. Shreds off a tackle, runs down the right side. That is Mel Davis for 21 yards. Brings them into 1st and goal range. Very next play, Lisa fakes the handoff, shreds a tackle, flips it to the running back, open space to left side. And they're counting that as a pass from Lisa, so now Auburn will go up 41-14. 7 minutes left in the 4th. Taz throwing it down the field, has a wide open receiver on the right side, just burned the 2 defenders. Chester chest, 64 yards. 2nd and 10 to try and put this game on ice. Lisa runs it herself down the side, takes a big shot, but immediately gets back up and says it's going to take a lot more to put me down. 5.5 left. 3rd and 7. Auburn up 20, finds a receiver open in the middle. That is Gavin Duke for 16 yards. Once again, 1st and 10 for Lisa. She's looking, escapes the pressure, throws to the left side. That is Mel Davis for another 20 yards. Auburn would be stalled out in the red zone, take a field goal. 3rd and 15 for Syracuse. Getting the ball back. Taz gets sacked once again. Sting Thelcon gets the sack there. Lisa, all she's got to do is find a couple 1st downs. She tries to stutter step a little there. I guess it confused the defense. She went over to the right side. She does pick up 21 on that run. And pretty much Auburn just ran down the clock after that 1st down, and Auburn takes the first victory. As you see, Auburn 44-21 to find their first win of the season.
Way to go,
so they
champ.
move to 1-2, and next week they will go on to face the 2-1 Kansas Jayhawks at home. As you can see, Anders Carlson, the kicker, 7 for 7 with a long of 49 and 3 extra points made. Big Cat Bryant on defense had 3 sacks all throughout the game. Meanwhile, Syracuse over there with Chester Chest having 92 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Orange, and Bob Funk having 10 tackles and interceptions. Syracuse drops down to 1-2 after finding their first win last week, but they go on to go to Miami, who is still looking for their first win of this season. But like I said, it was an exciting first game. It was an exciting first win for Auburn. They actually went out there and they looked like the old Auburn once again. Lisa is still throwing those interceptions, still trying to find her rhythm and her groove for this new season ever since Auburn dropped 2 straight. But all in all, I mean, Auburn's looking like Auburn again, and Syracuse is always looking like Syracuse.
Hang on.
Syracuse football sucks.
Thank you very much. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to move right on to the next highlight. That's going to be Florida taking on Iowa. We're starting it off with a 3rd and 6. Tommy throwing it over to the left side, dumping it off with the halfback screen. Finding that first down, T-Roy Gaines going in for 16 later on in the drive. 2nd and 4. Tommy throwing it to the left, finding, I believe that's his tight end, Justin Shorter. 2nd and 5 in the red zone. Tommy fakes the handoff, throws it to the right side short. Michael Becker barely falls into the end zone. Florida answers first. Now it's the Hawkeyes' turn, trying to throw it short, but it's going to be intercepted by the Gators defense. As he's taunting the defense, Swift is going to have to get over that one. 3rd and 5. Tommy finds an open receiver down the right side. He burns 3 men. Jitterbug Watkins, 51 yards, and Florida is now up 2 scores. 3rd and 9. Iowa's looking for an answer, sheds off the sack, and finds his receiver somehow. Ethan Flowers, 29 yards. Beautiful, beautiful pass from Swift there. But this is an even more beautiful play from the Florida defense, getting a sack on Swift. 2nd and 19. After that sack, throws it down the middle of the field. Found his receiver, but the referee throws the flag. They're saying there was clipping on the Iowa Hawkeyes, so that play never happened, but it's 1st and 10 anyways. Hawkeyes throwing it over to the right side, finds his receiver once again, spins out of the tackle. That gets taken down. Ethan Flowers, another 1st down drive here. Hands off to Swift, and he goes up for 17.
Can't do it.
You can do it.
You gotta get Swifty.
You're the soundboard person. You keep
gotta
going.
get Swifty in here.
There's another handoff to Swifty as he runs up the right side for 17. 2nd and 21. Iowa would be held to a field goal on that last drive. Swift gets sacked by the Florida defense. Nate Ironsides with that sack. 3rd and 27 for Iowa. They try to throw it short, but it gets intercepted by Florida on the sideline. This 2nd interception of the game. 17-3 Florida. 2nd quarter, 3.5 left. Tommy feels the pressure, gets taken down with the sack from Philly Collins. It's a 4th and 2. Florida's feeling a little ballsy. Tommy says, I'm taking it in myself. Finds the end zone. Florida now is up 24-3 on the Hawkeyes. 3rd and 8. Marco Swift has plenty of time, throwing a long bomb down the field, and it is picked off by the Florida defense once again. 3 interceptions in the first half. Donovan picking up that pick. 2nd and 5. Tebow's looking to add on to his lead, throwing down the middle of the field. Has an open receiver, trying to burn the defenders, but the defender's just too fast. 1st and 10. Tommy looking down the right side, has another open receiver. Jitterbug Watkins basically walking over the Iowa Hawkeyes defense. They're up 31-3 before half. Marco Swift trying to get out of there, trying to move something happen. Gets sacked for 3 yards by Marlon Dunlap Jr. Clams is running the soundboard. Thank you. Tommy's trying to get out of there, but gets dropped down from the Iowa Hawkeye defense. 2nd and 4, right before halftime. Last play, Marco throws a bomb down the field. It gets caught. He sheds the tackle, and he reaches the end zone. Iowa finds the end zone before the first half ends. Florida up 31-10 at a half, and Tommy taking a play out of Iowa Hawkeyes playbook and throwing it straight to the defender, and he's heading to the end zone for a pick 6. Iowa now finding that fire. Florida still down 31-17 though, as Florida looks to increase that lead once again. Asher Nightshade, 43 yards, brings the Florida Gators near the red zone as it's a handoff to the running back. He finds his way in there. T-Roy Gaines, 20 yards. Florida's up 38-17. Hawkeyes trying to answer back, but throws it straight. Another interception to the Gators defense. 4 of the day for Swift. Very next play, Tebow taking it himself, finding room up the right side, stiffs arms a man away from him, trying to get in the end zone. The referees are saying he crosses it. Florida goes up 45-17. 3:20 left in the third. Iowa finding a wide open receiver to the left, Ethan Flowers. Immediate next play, takes a snap, looks over, finds Jaden Swift near the touchdown line, and Iowa 45-24. Tebow, plenty of time to just look over, having receivers find the open space. That is Michael Becker for 38 yards. 3rd and 5, Tebow in red zone, throws it short, trying to get it in there. Lucas Stormblade gets 7 yards, and Stormblade goes down with an injury. He would not be able to return for the remainder of the game, but it doesn't matter. 1st and 10, Tommy Tebow shrugs a man off, runs it in himself for 2 yards. Florida goes up 52-24, and Iowa's just pretty much just trying to use whatever will work to see if they can go into next week. Cornhub, I believe that was his first catch of the game for 19 yards. 3rd and 15, Marco's trying to find somebody, throwing it to the right side, and it is picked off in the end zone. The 5th interception of the game for Iowa, but they did stop Florida on a 3 and out, but it didn't really matter. Swift on a 3rd and long gets sacked by Justin Carr. And ladies and gentlemen, that was it for Florida and Iowa. Florida picks up the win 52-24. As you see, Tommy Tebow had 6 total touchdowns again, just like he did last week, trying to be the first person to go back-to-back this season on winning the offensive player of the week. Florida moves on to 2-1 after a devastating week 1 loss. It seems like they have found their groove. Their next game goes up against Alabama in the swamp. Alabama also 2-1, finding their groove on a 2-win streak. Nate Ironsides, the defensive player of the game, 7 tackles, had a sack and an interception. Over there on the Hawkeyes, that's their first loss of the season. They came in undefeated, and Florida just chomped them down. Iowa now drops to 2-1 as they go into Louisiana next week to take on the Tigers, who just dropped their first, but we will get to that a little bit later. Let's check up on chat real quick. What's going on over here? Current rec yards leader Stephon Forge. Thank you for that, Khalil. Yes, Clams is running the soundboard. I forgot to mention that. Thank you very much. I made the roux from scratch. That's great. Cheers, I made country fried steak and fries with Old Bay. Ooh, I kind of need that, please. That sounds good. Rodney Dangerfield had 1 play over 15 yards, but then was out for the game. We will check on that a little later. But as you see, the Gators have found the rhythm. Let's see if they can continue that rhythm going into week 4 against Alabama. One of those teams, that is your marquee matchup. For next week, it's going to be Alabama versus Florida. So we'll see which one can continue their winning streak and which one will drop down and try to climb their way back up. Speaking of Alabama, let's move on to their highlights against Virginia Tech. 3rd and 6, first drive, Virginia Tech throwing it down the middle. Tried to pick up the first down, but then immediately fumbled to the Crimson Tide. A quick turnover for Virginia Tech, and Alabama's trying to waste no time and punching it into the end zone wide open right there in the middle. Wyndham sink 15 yards. Bama capitalizes on the turnover. 1st and 10, fixed a handoff, trying to run it up himself, but he fumbles before he even reaches the first down marker. Alabama first turnover after the first score, but look, wait a minute. The ref thinking he was down, and as you clearly see, the elbow drops before the ball falls out, so it is reversed. Alabama retains possession and immediately throws it down the middle to the wide receiver, Trayvon Hunter, 20 yards. Perfect awareness by everywhere to get rid of that ball. 3rd and 8 inside the red zone, but it doesn't matter. He gets sacked by the Virginia Tech defense, Robert Thump. Alabama would settle for a field goal, but we got 1st and 10 for Virginia Tech. Monte Carlo going absolutely nowhere, gets sacked by Drake Babineau. They would have to punt it away. And of course, I had to include the Curdle from Sync. 1st and 10 everywhere, throwing the right side has Trayvon Hunter wide open over there. Look at the talented feet of Hunter there. Alabama would immediately go 3 and out after that one play. 1st and 10, Virginia Tech finding Hayes Deason wide open down the right side. Down 3 now. Alabama looking to answer back. 2nd and 9. Throwing to the left side, but an easy interception for Virginia Tech. And everywhere hearing it from his head coach, and everywhere's pissed off at that throw. 1st and 10. Monte Carlo fakes the handoff. Faked the pitch. Running down the right side. Has room. And he's going to enter the end zone and give Virginia Tech its first lead after a 50-yard touchdown run. And that mascot is hyped. Look at him. He's breakdancing and everything. 3rd and 4. Virginia Tech gets the ball back again, but it's going nowhere as Carlo is sacked once again. Drake Babineau stopping that drive. 2nd and 13. Alabama already in Virginia Tech territory. Throwing it right down the middle. That is Trayvon Hunter once again being the main target for everywhere tonight. 22 yards. 2nd and 9 inside the red zone everywhere. Throwing it down the middle wide open in the end zone. Alabama regains the lead. As Alabama once again going down the field finds Donnie Cucci in the end zone. Alabama goes up 10 points. Actually 13 points. I apologize. Monte Carlo throwing to the right side. That's Leon Schneider. He will find 2nd and 1. Hands it off to the running back. Running back has room down the left side. Getting rid of all the tackles. Nice little hole found by the Virginia Tech running back. Hands it right off to Raheem Blackshear. He gets in. They say 0 yards. I'm going to count that as a yard. Virginia Tech finds the end zone. They're now down by 6. Everywhere trying to throw down the field. Had a man open, but Virginia Tech's defense found the close and picks off everywhere once again. 3rd and 3 for Virginia Tech, trying to get the lead once again. Shreds off the tackle that would have stopped them short, and Raheem Blackshear finds the end zone for the 2nd time of the game. Virginia Tech goes up 1. And as Alabama was trying to find that lead once again, Virginia Tech again, 3rd interception on everywhere, but Virginia Tech would not be able to go anywhere. Alabama's ball everywhere gets sacked on a 3rd down. Albert Begin ends that drive. 2nd and 4. Monte Carlo said, like, I have the legs. I can do this shit again. 18 yards to the left side, leading his team into the red zone. 1st and goal. Throws it short to the running back. He finds the corner, and Virginia Tech is now up 35-27. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Wide receiver open the right side, breaks the tackle, trying to find the end zone. He gets dropped. Cucci, 45 yards. And Alabama is looking in the red zone. 2nd and 5 everywhere. Empty backfield. Now it feels like he has the legs to do it, and he does as he reaches the end zone. Alabama will go for 2 after taking the touchdown. And guess what, folks? We have a tie game. 4.5 left. Finds Trayvon Hunter for 2. 35 all between these two teams. Alabama, 1 minute left. 4th and 9. Kicks the game-winning field goal. 38-35. Monte Carlo trying to run down the field. Evan Fairs has 5 yards, but it is going to be on 4th down, unfortunately, and Alabama will get the win. As we look at their stats, 38-35, Alabama wins a nail-biter, and one that had everybody on the edge of their seats. So Alabama improves the 2-1 behind Everywhere's 372-yard, 4 total touchdown performance. As again, they will go into the swamp to take on Florida. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech, after what looked to be a dominant week 1, has just dropped 2 straight behind Monte Carlo's 215 and 3 total touchdowns. They will take on Nebraska at home to see if they can change their fortune around. I'm going to flip up the script a little bit here because I want to get somebody in here. So, how about we move forward to what the game everybody wanted to see? That's right. It's the battle of the number 1s. Penn State taking on the LSU Tigers, and this started off with Larry Bowman getting immediately sacked by Boone Berry. We got 2nd and 17 for the Tigers. Hands off to the running back, and the running back finds a hole. Brute Bandit down the right side. One man the beat. Can he beat him? Shrugs him off. Shrugs off to Hayden. And Brute Bandit, 69 yards, runs down the field, and LSU scores first. Guy Clausen out there gets sacked on 3rd down by Alex Roy. They would be forced to punt as LSU drives down the field once again, has a receiver open, breaks out of the tackle, spins away, couldn't break the other two, so Essex Denabola, great strength to stay up as Larry Ballin throws it over the middle to Darius Gardner, and LSU is up 14-0. Very next drive, Guy Clausen throws it over the middle and is picked off by the Tiger defense. Very great defense from LSU in the first half. 2nd and 3, Ballin, plenty of time, looking over the middle, took it away from 2 Penn State defenders. James has the hands for days. Look at the catch and the concentration. LSU goes up 3 scores. We start the second quarter. Clausen finding a groove a little bit, throws it over the middle. He doesn't go down though. No knees or elbows touch. Hashtag CGQ picks up the 1st and goal. Penn State, very next play. Clausen drops back. He's looking, fires over the right side, and Isaac Lutz is there to put Penn State on the board probably. I was looking over at the chat and read the word probably. 2nd and 14. Guy Clausen just takes it himself, runs it up 19, gets the 1st down. They are in red zone territory now. Throws it over the middle. That is Cam with the touchdown. Penn State now down by a score. LSU needs to answer. Throwing it down the middle. Has a receiver in the middle. That is Essex Denabola for 17 yards. But unfortunately, they get stopped after that play. 3rd and 17. It was a good chance for LSU to get the defense off the field, but Penn State finds the open receiver on the left side. Guy Clausen faking a handoff, throwing it to the right side. That's his receiver right there. Getting the ball into 2 feet in bounds. 1st and 10. He's trying to find the man in the middle, but his beautiful hop by Alex Roy right there in the middle to intercept the ball, and his coach loves what he sees. That is Montana. My bad. I thought that was Alex Roy. 2nd and 3. Larry Ballin gets sacked by the Penn State defense. Mickey Malilo with the his first sack of the game. 3rd and 2. LSU trying to throw it over the right side, but it is picked off. Not DeHayton, but that is the safety for Penn State getting the pick onto Larry Ballin. As we go into the 3rd quarter, 5 minutes left, Guy Clausen faked the pitch, and he takes it himself, and Penn State ties it up. As LSU has no answer for whatever Penn State is doing, they can just get down the field. Nice little pass over to the left side, but again, they get stopped by that Penn State defense. 2nd and 3, Penn State throwing it down the middle. That's Cam picking up the 1st down. That was a very close call, and the refs gave it to him. Penn State will take the field goal and take their first lead of the game as Blitzkrieg runs up the gut for 15, stiff arming a man away, but gets tackled by the other players. 1st and goal for Penn State, driving down the field now in the 4th quarter. Guy Clausen finding the easy Jaden Dotton right there in the middle to go up by 10. LSU now needing a score to stay in the game. 2nd and 6, Ballin plenty of time, trying to find a receiver, finds Essex Denabola once again in the middle, 18 yards. Is it 3rd and 14 at their own 43? Larry Ballin drops back, needing to pick up the 1st, and finds his man, Essex Denabola, once again wide open on the left, takes a huge shot, but immediately gets up and says, "I'm that guy." Hands it off to Brute Bandit. The very next play, Brute runs it down 17 yards. It's 4th and goal for LSU, and they have to go for it, and they hand it off to the running back, and it should have been an easy stop for the Penn State defense, but Bradford finds his way in the end zone. It is a 3-point game, folks. As Guy Clausen throws it to the left side, and it's picked by Lasha, long-ass last name. Lasha giving her team some hope. 4th down for LSU, throwing it to the right side, and this fucking bum This goddamn bum right here steps out of bounds 1 yard short to give LSU a first down and a fighting chance to win this game.
Emotional damage.
I hope this man lost his scholarship, blew the game for his team, and you can just see. Look at his quarterback. His quarterback is pissed off. Look at the face of Larry Bond. He's like, you couldn't take one step over and get the first down? His quarterback's pissed off from here to Kingdom Hell. I hope they left his ass underneath the bleachers there and removed his scholarship. But Penn State would hold on and become the true number one of the AACL as Penn State wins 31-28. One of the two 3-0 teams in the AACL. Guy Clausen having 4 total touchdowns on the day. Squibbles getting 8 tackles and the interception. It should be an easy game for the Nittany Lions. It should be an easy game for the Nittany Lions next week as they go and travel to Mizzou to face the 1-2 Missouri Tigers. But Missouri did find their first win in week 3. We will get a little bit later to that as LSU drops their first game of the season. In all honesty, a close damn matchup. But as you see, the second and third quarter, both donuts for LSU. Meanwhile, Penn State scored 14 and 10. In the second and the third. Hates dumb receivers. He's a QB. You're damn right. LSU over there. Brute Bandit was the player of the game for LSU. 164 yards and a touchdown on 23 carries. Yayo having that interceptions and 8 tackles. LSU will look to rebound against a 201 Iowa Hawkeyes. As we just saw, lost to Florida very bad at home. But they will be traveling to LSU for that game. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring my first guest onto the AACL recap. He is the cornerback for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Didn't really do much that game, but he was there for his team, and he was there to play and watch them succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Day welcome to the first episode of the AAC Recap. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Haven't been feeling well last couple days, kind of stuff getting to me in real life, but hey, I'm here. And after that win, really excited, to be honest.
What an impressive win. Y'all were down 21-0 in the first quarter. What was going through the minds on that sideline as soon as that second quarter started and you had a little bit of heat below y'all?
Oh man. The intensity of the fans down there at LSU, it honestly caught us off guard. Maybe we went in a little too high on ourselves, maybe got ourselves a little too hyped up, and we were just forced to put our nose to the grindstone and work for the rest of the game. It could have been a lot easier for us if us as a defense would have stepped up. Excuse me, and played a little better in that first quarter, but we ended up getting the job done in the end.
Yeah, and as we saw in the highlights, you were there when Squibbles caught that interception against Larry Ball. And what was going through your mind? Were you thinking that was your ball, or were you just letting Squibbles have it?
Honestly, there's one stat that I really care about, and the only stat it is a letter. It's a W. Whether we do it by committee, whether I'm really a part of it, or whether I just, blanket the receiver I'm covering so well that there's just no looks over there and no opportunities for the QB to throw the ball over there, I'm just as happy.
Awesome man on that defense, and I will say I'm looking forward to when we face off once again, because I think I had your number in that preseason tournament. I should say you barely had any answer for us in that preseason tournament, but I look forward to that next matchup. Day, thank you for taking your time out of your day to come in and talk to me and being the first guest on the AACL Reycap.
Oh man, I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to the next time we play too. You know, could have been schemes, could have been whatever. We'll just have to see. Any given sim day, right?
Any given Sunday. Ladies
Sim
and
day.
gentlemen, that was Penn State and LSU. And that was DeHayton, a #1 cornerback for the Nittany Lions. He is 3-0. Greatly appreciate him taking the time and energy to come out and talk to me about that game. As we move on to the next highlight, we're going to take it a step back. We're going to Kansas. Miami and Kansas battling out. Kansas #6 hands it off to the running back, 2nd and 7, finding the hole in the middle, running to the left side. Tony Ava, 19 yards. Kansas would settle for a field goal after that run. 3rd and 7, Miami trying to find somebody, finds a receiver down the left side. Grant Hardaway takes 25 yards, brings up a 1st and 10 for the U. 3rd and 6 inside the red zone. Drops back, has a receiver, 2 receivers, honestly, right there. Will Mallory takes the touchdown, and that duck is just break dancing and enjoying life as his team takes the lead. Kansas would go on a 3-and-out. Miami would take the ball back again. Jimmy Slickpants gets 19 yards, picks up an easy 1st down, but Miami would get stopped shortly after. 1st and 10 for Kansas, finds a receiver open in the middle. TJ Hendricks, 16-yard reception. The 3rd and 7 near midfield, throwing it down the left side, has a receiver open. Kansas, Stewart Zamelia, easy touchdown walk in, and Kansas takes the lead. And the moves on the Jayhawk. They take the lead by 3. Slickpants running for his life, breaking tackles. He's as slippery as a greased up man, trying to get it down in there, but he gets stopped near the goal line. Nice little run for Slickpants. 1st and goal for Miami. A nice little touch pass to Gooden, and Miami will retake the lead 14-10. 3rd and goal for Kansas, trying to regain the lead from Miami. It's a great back and forth. Stephen Robinson Jr. with the touchdown. Kansas goes back up 3. 1st and 10, hands it off to Slickpants. Trucks a motherfucker and continues to run down the field. 18 yards for Slickpants, and he's feeling himself this game. 5 rushes, 108 yards, and it was not even the first half done. 1st and 10, throwing it over the middle, has a receiver. Anastasia takes it away from the defender, and Miami up by 4 once again. 1st and 10 for the Jayhawks, throwing it down the middle, but it is picked off by the Hurricanes. The turnover chain goes to #2 as he looks to hand it right back to Kansas and taunt them. 2nd and 5 for the Hurricanes. Couldn't get the ball off. Bolitsky gets sacked by Kansas. Deanna Danga with the sack. 3rd and 14, trying to get back in the field goal range, throwing it to the left, trying to throw it short just to gain some yards, but it is picked off by the Jayhawk defense. Hands it right back, and they run into Miami territory. Anthony Anderson. Kansas would unfortunately only take a field goal and be down by 1. Slickpants shoving a man off with a stiff arm, gets 20 yards on the carry. Brings this team to a 1st and 10, but now it's 2nd and 10. Oh, this is a different drive. Miami just had to punt the ball away. Kansas drove down the field, took the easy 3. As you see, the quarterback for Miami went down with an injury. He would not be able to return, but it wouldn't matter because the Miami defense is here to play. Picks off Kansas once again in the middle. Booger Conway with his interception. 2nd and 1. The backup quarterback hands it off to Slickpants. Slickpants, proving his name is true, has Slickpants running down the right side. That's 30 yards for him. Gets a nice little high five there from Anastasia. 2nd and 4. Drops back, looking over to left side. Has Artis Good for the 1st and goal catch. Hands it right off to Slickpants, and Slickpants finding his way into the end zone. Miami going up 31-23, 8-point lead. 2nd and 10, hands it off to the running back. Missed the tackle, and he's trying to reach the end zone, but he's a little bit too slow. Zamelia, 43 yards on the carry. And it got a little wildcat happening here for Kansas, and it works out in their favor as Ava runs in for 21 yards. Kansas going for 2 after taking the touchdown, hands it off once again. Ava, easy 3 yards, and we have a tie game here in Kansas. Miami would go 3 and out, 3rd and 12 for Kansas, getting sacked, feel the pressure, but it doesn't matter because TJ Hendricks gets 18 yards there. 2nd and 10. Takes the snap, fails the pressure once again down the middle, but he fumbles. Oh, excuse me. He fumbles, but the referees want to take a second look at it because they think he may be down. And ladies and gentlemen, his shoulder is down, so the play is reversed. Kansas keeps the ball. 1st and 10, spins out of the tackle and just takes it in himself. Howitzer runs a lot, 16 yards, and Kansas takes the 7-point lead. 3rd and 13. They stop Miami once again. Has a receiver down the right side. TJ Hendricks, 20 yards. Kansas would not be able to do anything. 1st and 10. Finds Anastasia wide open down the middle. One man the beat, couldn't do it. 43 yards, but Anastasia's feeling it. 2nd and 6, 5.5 left. Takes the step back. Runs over to the right side for more time. Looking, throws to the left, but it's picked off by the Jayhawks. Threw it over his body to the other side, and that man is to the 20, the 10, the 5, and it is a pick 6 for the Jayhawks to go up 45-31. 4th and 10 for Miami. Throws it short, but gets shoved down by the Jayhawks. And ladies and gentlemen, Kansas would escape Miami with the win. But surprisingly, to my surprise, everybody, Miami didn't lose by 1 fucking point. They didn't lose by 1. They lost by 14, but they didn't lose by 1. Improvement from the Hurricanes. But as they drop down to 0-3, they lost 3 straight now. As they look to rebound, and they could seriously rebound in this next game as they go and face Syracuse in Miami once again. Slick Pants, 17 carries for 210 yards and the touchdown. Hell of a performance by Slick Pants. I applaud him for that performance. Booger Conway on the defense had 9 tackles and the interception. But over on the Kansas side, it was always on Howitzer. Runs a lot. 311 yards, had 59 yards on 19 carries, and had 3 total touchdowns. And on the defensive side, Anthony Anderson had that clutch interception to motivate the Kansas side of the field. They move on to 2-1. And the next game, it should be one hell of a game. Kansas will go into Auburn and take on Pink Lisa, Clamsy Whamsy, and whoever else is on that team, because I am way too hyped to remember names right now. That should be one hell of a matchup next week. Crazy Canuck in the chat asking who's the top 3 of rushing right now. I would say Slick Pants is probably somewhere in the top 5. I wouldn't say he's the top 3 because I know he got injured on a week. I apologize if I don't say your name for a team, okay? I don't have the team rosters in front of me. Like I said, this is a very rough first edition of the Reycap, okay? It will get better. Slick Pants is number 1.
What is wrong with you?
Didn't he? I thought he got injured a game. Huh.
Nope.
I think he got injured preseason.
Well, congratulations, Slick Pants. You're number 1 in rushing. I want to see more of you, though. Only 1 touchdown. I'm disappointed. But the team was on your back, and you still let them down. 14 points.
What is wrong with you?
Thank you, Dave and or Pink Lisa. Greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on to the next highlights. Can we guess where we're going?
These nuts.
I'm going to fire my soundboard operator.
Nope.
But we're heading to South Bend Tennessee taking on the Fighting Irish. Fighting Irish dropping their first game last week. And Tennessee out of the gates throwing a pick straight to the Fighting Irish defense. Tarek Bracey with the interception. 1st and 10. Hands it off to Lil Cy. Lil Cy staying on his feet. Finding a huge gain. 17 yards. Brings it to 2nd and 9 for Notre Dame. Throws it to the right side. The dot machine. Throwing it to Deacon Moss for 22. The Fighting Irish would settle for 3. 1st and 10 for Tennessee. Has a receiver open on the right side. Ronnie Renfro picking up the first down. The 2nd and 13 for the Volunteers. Shreds a man off, somehow breaks through that pileup, and he has room to run ahead. And what I am calling the Reycap play of the week, Fab Freddy, 78-yard touchdown to put the Vols in front by 1. 2nd and 3, hands it off to Lil Cy. Lil Cy says, anything you can do, I can do. No, I'm not getting in the end zone. But he does pick up 35 yards. 1st and 10 for the Irish. Brings it to a 2nd and 7. Running down the clock, but Ray gets sacked for 8 yards. Danny Carmichael getting the sack, but it doesn't matter. Fighting Irish are 1st and goal, trying to find it, pound it in the end zone, throws it to Bryant fucking Jefferson. Beautiful pass, puts the Irish up 13-7. Dangerfield, proving he is a Dangerfield in whatever field he steps on, runs it up the gut, 24 yards, but Dangerfield would go down and leave the game early in the second. 3rd and inches, the backup quarterback is in, but he throws a hell of a pass to Cedric Tillman. Maurer has his work cut out for him against Notre Dame. 3rd and 5, throws it down the middle. That is Preston Holenhorst. I apologize. Irish would go ahead and take a field goal up 16-14. Maurer has plenty of time, finds a receiver open on the left side. That is James Walters, 4 to 17 yards. And Maurer, looking like he is the starting quarterback, flips it off to the running back. That's Fab Freddy. Finds the hole on the right side. Shreds off the tackle. Couldn't shred the second one, but gets 28 yards. They are in the red zone. I don't know what down it is because NCAA is a piece of shit. But Maurer finds a receiver open on the right side. Velus Jones Jr.'s and the Vols take the 5-point lead once again. They stop the Irish and he immediately finds an open receiver on the right side. James Walters gets the 30 yards. And we are in the red zone once again for Tennessee. Fakes the handoff to Fab. Maurer says, I got the legs to do it too. Runs it in the end zone. They are now up 28-16. Notre Dame is quickly falling out of the game. 45 seconds left in the half. Ray throws it down the right side. How the hell did Brian fucking Jefferson catch that ball? Because he is Brian fucking Jefferson. Irish would take a field goal. 1st and 10 into the second half. Maurer would finally get sacked by Joe Bow. But 2nd and 10 in the red zone, hands it off to the backup running back. He's taunting the man running toward him. Ty Chandler, 19 yards, and Tennessee would go up 35-19. Or actually, 34-19. I apologize. But Tennessee wasting no time, continuing to do what they have done best, throwing that ball. Renfro picks up a huge gain. Tennessee would take a field goal, 1st and 10. Ray drops back, looking down the left side, has a man wide open. Bryant fucking Jefferson for 20 plus. But 3rd and 20, 47 seconds left. Ray needs a miracle. He's sheds that away from the tackle, but he couldn't get away from the second one. Helton drops him down. That would be a punt from the Irish. 3rd and 19 for Maurer. Takes a step back looking, but it is picked off by the Notre Dame defense, and he's running down the right side. It's a pick 6 for Notre Dame. Pick 6 for, oh, god damn these refs. They always want to look at something, but they are correct. The man stepped out of bounds, so it becomes a 1st and goal for Notre Dame, but it doesn't matter. Right over to the middle, Bryant fucking Jefferson touchdown. Notre Dame trying for a 2-point conversion to make this a 10-point game. Can they find somebody? Ray shreds the sack, and he fucking finds Joseph Delaney down the middle. It's a 10-point game. 5.5 left. Maurer trying to do something, but he gets sacked for his 2nd time of the day. Daniel Anaki getting the sack, makes it 3rd and 12. They would have to punt shortly after. Ray has a chance to lead his team down for the comeback. Throws the little sigh. Just turn the man inside out with a fucking stiff arm. That is a short man that just turns you inside out. 3rd and 14. Ray's trying to find somebody down the field. But it is picked off and stolen away by Tennessee in the back of the end zone. And Tennessee will seal the victory away from Notre Dame. And Tennessee goes up 2-1. In on the season with a 10-point victory over the Fighting Irish, as they will go on next week and face the winless Ohio State at home. Over there, Maurer, 179 yards, coming in off the bench, throwing 179 yards, 49 yards on the ground, and picks up 3 total touchdowns for the injured Dangerfield. Maurer stepped up when he should have, and the Irish defense had no answer for him whatsoever, except for an interception. But that was an interception and a couple sacks, but that's about it. Danny Carmichael on the defensive side of Tennessee, 2 tackles and takes 2 sacks on Ray Bashan. Over on the Notre Dame side, they dropped down to 1-2, lost 2 straight, and now they really need to rebound and find some rhythm as they go on to face the other undefeated team in the AACL. That is UNLV. They will face them at home once again in South Bend, but UNLV 3-0, looking to be pretty much unstoppable. But Notre Dame right behind Bryant Jefferson's 10 catches for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. Some say his curse is broken. Some say the curse is not. We will see come next week. Tariq Bracey on the defensive side has 5 tackles and an interception. I'm definitely going to lose my voice tonight, but it's going to be fucking worth it.
Not when you have to go do shit tomorrow.
Say everyone's names. What is wrong with you? We only have like 200 people in the league. I can't remember names. I'm gonna like put sticky notes up on my monitors and like it tells me, hey, this is this person, this is that person, this is this person. I want to see Reycap at the funeral. Best night, man. All right, you want to hear?
This is the eulogy. Just do it.
This is kind of hard for me to say. But this fucking man right here, he was the shit, all right? This was my best fucking friend throughout. No, we're not going to do that. You know what? I need a new soundboard person, but Michaela would probably torture me anyways.
Nope.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 highlights left. 2 highlights left. Let me check something here real quick, because I did have... let's hope he can hop in. All right, we're gonna move on.
Oh, I wanted to do a thing.
What's up?
I was gonna do a Jeopardy thing where you were like.
Oh, you were gonna do a Jeopardy. She was gonna do the Jeopardy theme while I was reading a DM. But we're gonna move on. Michaela, Dave. It's y'all's time to shine. Nebraska takes on the number 3 UNLV. 1st and 10, has plenty of protection in the backfield. Look at him. He's standing there. He's thinking about what he's going to do tomorrow. Shreds the sack, throwing it to the left side. Wide open receiver. Matty Britton, 22 yards. He was thinking about what he was going to have for breakfast tomorrow. UNLV will take the field goal in the early lead. 1st and 10, Brooke taking the ball herself, running it across the first down marker. 16 yards on the pitch. 1st and 10 for Nebraska, throwing it down the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dave Axis Jr. for 17 yards. He had himself a game today. 2nd and 7, hands it off to the running back. That is Polly Truth. 21 yards, trying to find the end zone. A little bit of yardage short. 2nd and goal. Nebraska, Brooke drops back looking, firing it over to left side, but it is picked off. A diving interception from the UNLV Rebels. But it doesn't matter because on 4th and 9, they have to punt it out of the back of their own end zone. And there's Dave Axis Jr., that motherfucker, stiff-arming a man and running it down to the 30-yard line of UNLV.
Dave's not here.
Wrong Dave. This is Dave Axis Jr. 1st and 10, Brooke takes the snap, drops back, has plenty of time, but feels the pressure, but couldn't get the ball off in time. Frank Doom with the sack from behind. It doesn't matter because Nebraska would find an easy first down, makes it 1st and 10 again, and finds a receiver over in the middle. Now you can hit the soundboard because that is Dave's not here. Right there in the middle, and look at the talented feet of Dave finding the black.
Dave's not here.
Nebraska would go up 7-3. UNLV trying to find something. Robo can't get out of there. Gets sacked for 5 yards. Rob Foraker with the sack there. Rebels would have to punt. 3rd and 13. Nebraska drops back. Plenty of time. Once again, Dave Axis Jr. right there in the middle. 17 yards. 3rd and 14. Ending time of the first quarter. Hands it off to the Truth. And the Truth is he's going to find the end zone for Nebraska and make it 14-3 for his team. 1st and 10 for UNLV in the second quarter. Has plenty of time, but gets sacked from behind. Had plenty of time to get rid of the ball. Jaquiz Garfield.
What she said.
Gets the sack. 2nd and 14, throwing it over to the right side. Easy pickup by Adam Worm Williams. And I don't know how they didn't review that one, but they said he got it. 3rd and 7, inside the red zone. Looking for somebody, throws it over the middle, has his receiver, Matty Britton, 10 yards, and the Rebels are down by 2, but they go for 2. Throwing it over the right side, easy pickup, 4-2. Zell Griffin and the Rebels tied the game 14-all. I don't know what down this is because once again, NCAA is a fuck up, but he finds his receiver over on the right side for the second touchdown throw, and UNLV takes the lead. Speedy Gonzalez, the impact player, no receptions or yards or anything. Nebraska's got to get their impact player into this game, but they keep throwing it to Dave Axis Jr., but he picks up 17 yards. So it's working. It doesn't matter if they don't throw to Speed. They have Dave. Dave's catching everything. There's Speed. Now they hear me. Speed gets the ball. His first catch with 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Gets him down near the red zone. Brooke throws it over, but it throws incomplete. Just threw it incomplete. Nebraska would take the field goal in the final seconds of the second as we move into the second half. Nebraska finds Dave Axis Jr. over, and he gets shrugged into the end zone. Dave Axis Jr. touchdown. And look at him high-fiving his team like, yeah, we're winning this shit. 1st and 10, UNLV hands it off to the running back, runs up the gut, but he gets stuffed. Slim would go down with an injury as well, would not return to the game, so UNLV looks to their backup running back. But for right now, Brooks throwing to the right side, and once again finds Speedy Gonzalez, 19 yards. 1st and 10 once again, Brooke throwing it over the middle. Guess who? Speedy fucking Gonzalez, 18 yards. Running down the field, Nebraska feels like they have the big set of balls. 4th and 11, shreds the sack, but it's going absolutely nowhere because Truth gets stopped after 6 yards. Turnover on downs. UNLV takes the ball, 1st and 10. Takes the snap, went to pitch it, but oh no! It bounced off the defender. He picks it up, and he's going to return it back into the end zone. Nebraska's going to go up 31-24 after the fumble. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, says we're not doing that anymore. Hands it off to the wide receiver, and the wide receiver now down for UNLV. They just lost their running back. Now they lost their star wide receiver. 2nd and 11, hands it off to the backup. The backup says, yeah, y'all ain't touching me. I'm going through untouched. I'm running down the field. The 20, the 10, and UNLV finds the end zone. But look at this. The referee throws laundry, clipping on the Rebels. That fucking play is going back. No touchdown. 2nd and 4. Takes the snap, has the pitch option if he needs it. He pitched. What a perfect pitch. A perfect pitch by UNLV, but the man is so slow. Jerry gets it 38 yards. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. They would settle for a field goal as Brooke finds Pauly Truth over to the right side. He picks up 19 yards after the catch and run. 1st and 10. Brooke now on the side of UNLV, throws it down the right side. has Dave's not here for 15 yards. First and goal inside the red zone. Brooke drops back, looking, trying to find somebody, but goes nowhere. Gets sacked by, again, Frank Doom. Second sack on Brooke. Nebraska would take the field goal. 2nd and 8 for the Rebels. Finds a man wide open down the right side and trying to break tackles as Nebraska's trying to strip the ball. Jerry Tarkanian with the strength to hang on to that ball. 4th and 2. Got just enough. Crossed the first down marker. Robo is Dawan. Gets the first down. Becomes a 2nd and 8 in the red zone. Hands it off to the backup running back. Breaks a couple ankles and pretty much almost goes in untouched. Spencer Briggs, 12 yards. The Rebels tie up the game 34-all. A minute 12 left. Too much time for Brooke? Not enough time for Brooke. Dave's not here. Gets 0 yards on the catch. 58 seconds left for the Rebels. 1st and 10. Robo throwing down the field. Has a man open. Shreds a sack tackle. Another tackle. Adam Williams, 55 yards. Rebels go up 41-34. Brooke, 40 seconds left, says, I can do it too. Finds Speedy Gonzalez, the left side, 39 yards. 1st and 10, 30 seconds left. Brooke drops back. Looking, throws it to the right side. Completion. Dave Axis Jr. finds the end zone once again, 20 yards, and we go into overtime. 1st and 10 in the first drive for Nebraska. Pauly Truth gets 3 yards. We go on the 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Fakes the handoff. Brooks looking, trying to find somebody. Can't find somebody. Pauly Truth, for some reason, runs backwards for the catch. Loses a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 8. For Nebraska. Brooke drops back looking, and Dave Axis Jr. pulls a fucking Racy McMath. 4th and 3. Nebraska would have to settle for the field goal. And now for the Rebels, it is either field goal to continue or touchdown to win. Throws it short to the backup running back. Shreds the tackle right there. It's going to bring a 2nd and 4. Hands it off to the running back once again. Breaks that tackle somehow, picks up the first down. It's going to be a fresh set of downs for UNLV. 1st and 10 on their first drive into overtime. Takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back's running up the gut. He almost got to the end zone. It's going to bring a 2nd and 3 for the Rebels. He's slow to get up, but I guarantee you, folks, he is fine. 2nd and 3. Robo takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. He's trying to find that gut. He couldn't get to the hole quick enough. 3rd and 1 for the Rebels. He takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back says, game over. Bye-bye. Nebraska's going home with the loss, and the Rebels hang on to survive in overtime. I am so hyped. I am forgetting to change my scenes here. Nebraska takes the loss in the overtime, the first overtime of the AACL season. UNLV wins it 47-44 and improves to 3-0 on the season. One of the only 2 teams to continue remaining undefeated. Dave says this was game of the week. I agree with him. This was game of the week. This one, you thought Alabama's game had everybody on their seat, on the edge of their seats. This one had people on their knees, hoping and praying. Okay,
that's what she said.
UNLV improves the 3-0 behind Isdawan, 327 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Jimmy Kimmel on the defensive side, 7 tackles and an interception. The next game UNLV heads, they travel to South Bend for Notre Dame and try and hand Notre Dame their 3rd straight loss on the season. On the other side of the field, though, Brooke having herself a spectacular game, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns, and has 14 carrying yards. Rob Foraker had 9 tackles and the sack, but Nebraska once again falls short, and they are now below 500 once again at 1-2. Their next game, they go on to take Virginia Tech away, who is also 1-2, but Virginia Tech on that 2-game losing streak. Kyrie in the chat saying Robo with only 1 pick thrown through 3 games. That is impressive by Robo, but he is also pretty much, he likes the running and also kind of like the short throws as well. Michaela saying, Ray, breathe. I am breathing. I'm just hyped.
No, you're not. You are not breathing.
I am breathing.
No, you're not.
I feel so bad other people in our apartment building. You're moving anyways. Exactly.
We live in moving down.
Exactly. Well, fuck them. The other QB with only pick thrown is bullets, so one of them is 3-0, the other is 0-3. So you're telling me it's not on the quarterback then? Gotcha. Ray is for sure. I can already tell you I'm losing my voice. Brooke keeps throwing it to your boy. What do you want me to say? Yep. What's your excuse for squeaking? Losing my voice. Breathe, Ray. Okay, I'll breathe. Hold on. My nose is also clogged up somehow. That's also what's getting me as well. It's just my nose is getting like all clogged up while I'm doing this, so like I can't breathe through the nose.
Why?
Oh. Me from the cows get louder and sadder. Well, Pharaoh and Wedding Crushers would be a perfect comparison in that case, yeah. Yeah. I don't know who Keith is, but apparently he looked at Michaela when you didn't mention him. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Odeon. I feel like I'm doing great. I hope I'm entertaining to you people as we move into an hour and 20 on this. And we have one more game left. And whoever was on the winning side of this last game is more than welcome to hop into the booth, and I will ask them a couple questions after the highlights are over. But ladies and gentlemen, the final game of week 3. We're heading to Missouri. Ohio State and Missouri going at it. The first play of the game throws it short to Swift Whitted, 22 yards, and Missouri picks up an easy first down on the Ohio State defense. 3rd and 5 in Ohio State territory, throwing it to the right side, has a man, drags him down, but there's a flag. There's a flag. The referees are saying there was a face mask tackle on the Buckeyes defense, so Missouri goes further into the red zone of the Buckeyes. 2nd and goal, doing a little dance, making a little love, throw the touchdown tonight is Jared. 7-0 Missouri. 2nd and 5, looking for his receiver, but it is picked off, and Missouri is off to the races. Nobody's catching them. Missouri goes up 14-0 on the pick 6. Nate Hall, his first pass, and it's a pick 6 of the game. 2nd and 2, fakes like he's gonna run, drops back, let his receivers get open, throwing the ball down the field, and just mossed the Buckeyes defense. Kiki, we love you. And Missouri goes up 21-0. 1st and 10, Nate Hall trying to shrug off the interception, throws it down the middle as Jalen Washington gets 25, brings it to 2nd and 10, same drive, throws it down the right side, wide open receiver, shrugs off the tackle. Can he get there? He shrugs off the second. Trent Rivera, 55 yards. Buckeyes find the end zone for the first time today. Missouri not liking what they saw. 2nd and 7. It doesn't matter what they saw. Jared gets sacked. P. Fedora with the sack. Makes it 3rd and 13 for Missouri. He's like, it don't matter to me. I'm picking up the first down anyways. But it's not. He's out of bounds. He was out of bounds, but the boothers are viewing it. They want to see if he was out of bounds or not, and just look at the feet. Look at that foot. It looks like the heel landed inbounds first. So the referees are saying it's a completion. Missouri gets the first down, and on another 3rd and 8, finds a receiver open down the middle. His name's 69, but that's not Clamsy Whamsy. Missouri goes up 28-7. 2nd and 10 for Missouri after they stop the Buckeyes. Beautiful pitch to the running back. Shiloh Banks, 16 yards. Clapping says, I like that. I like that. 3rd and 11. Drops back. Has plenty of time. Throws it to the left side. Wide open receiver, but he just steps out of bounds. Kiki. Easy first down catch. 2nd and 1. Sees that cornerback blitz coming from the same side he's looking at. Yugi gets 33 yards, gets a help up from his teammate. Missouri would take the field goal. 3rd and 7, Nate Hall throwing it down the middle. Has his man Jalen Washington, takes a hell of a shot. Luckily, he's not injured. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. Once again, feels the pressure, throwing it down, and it is picked off. He threw it. I thought it was triple coverage, but as a referee, he threw it into double coverage, and the man tried to do a curdle. The man did a curdle and went absolutely nowhere with it, so we know it's a curdle. 1st and 10 for Missouri. 2 minutes remaining in the second. Faked the handoff, faked the screen, has a man wide open in the middle. Shreds 2 tackles, couldn't get away from the third. Anthony Jackson gets 27 yards and some breathing room for Missouri. 2nd and 10, minute and a half left. Finds a receiver open to the left. Swift with it. With the beautiful catch. And he's looking and he's like, wow, I did that. 3rd and 1, takes the ball himself. No, pitches it to the running back and runs it into the end zone. Nice little pass from Jared there. And Missouri goes up 41-7. Before the half, but the Buckeyes saying, no, we ain't doing that. Throwing down the middle, has a receiver, keeps going, stays on his feet, down near midfield is Cameron Babb. 2nd and 10, 6 seconds left, pretty much a Hail Mary. This man says, nah, I'm the king of Hail Marys. Over the defenders, diving attempt by Ty Bird. He dives into the end zone. The Buckeyes get the touchdown before the first half ends, 41-14, and they ain't done. Trent Rivera gets 40 yards over the defender, diving, beautiful catch. 41-14, pitches it to Ryan Davis. Stiff arm for your trouble. Ryan Davis runs in, says you weren't stopping me. 21-41, Buckeyes. 3rd and 18 for Missouri. Easy interception for the Buckeyes, but unfortunately he could not find his feet, and they're talking to the quarterback. He's like, I didn't see him there. I didn't see him there. He's wearing a white shirt, dude. How did you not see him? I didn't see him. 3rd and 6, Nate Hall finding a receiver open the left side, but he couldn't reach the ball over that pylon. It's 1st and goal for the Buckeyes, but beautiful feet and beautiful concentration. Fakes the handoff to Ryan Davis. Nate Hall says, hey, I want to run in for a touchdown. He gets it. 41-28 Buckeyes. 4.5 left in the third. Missouri throwing the ball to the right side. Yugi Dre, 16 yards. They want to take a look at it. I don't know why. These refs are something. He is clearly inbound. He may not be in bounds. He may not be in bounds, and the referees agree. He's not in bounds. Missouri would be forced to punt. There's a pitch from Nate Hall to Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis shredding tackles like nothing, gets 15 yards. And just hands it to the ref, says, hey, thank you for calling that an incomplete pass. 2nd and 2 after the Buckeyes would only get a field goal on that drive. 41-31, Missouri, plenty of time, doing a little dance, making a little love. I'm running this bitch tonight. Up the middle, trying to find the end zone, but he's going to be short of the end zone. But he does make it 1st and goal. So great job, Jared. 3rd and goal, 41-31. Jared drops back, trying to find somebody. Has a man. No, he doesn't. That is a Buckeye, you dumbass. Interception by the Buckeyes in the end zone. They have a fighting chance. Nate Hall pitches it to, I believe, that is the backup running back, I believe. Sure, no, that's Ty Bird. I apologize. He goes out of bounds, but unfortunately, Nate Hall goes down with an injury. He would be out for the rest of the game, so they would have to rely on C.J. Stroud being the backup quarterback. Master Teague runs it in for 7. They are now down by 3. Missouri just needs a 1st down, and this game's over, but they fumble. Missouri fumbled. 30 seconds left, and Ohio State thinks they have a chance to win this game. 3rd and 1, 16 seconds left. C.J. Stroud, throw it to the right side, has a man open, can he get out of bounds? I don't think it matters anyways, because they had a timeout, 7 seconds left, 2nd and 10, C.J. Stroud, down the field, picked off after all game of throwing it over the Iowa Hawkeyes defenders. It's an easy interception in not the Hawkeyes. What am I talking about? I see black and yellow. I think Hawkeyes. That was Missouri. And Missouri walks in and takes the dub, 41-38. over the Buckeyes. A heartbreaker indeed.
Emotional damage.
Missouri improves to 1-2, their first win on the season, and is against the winless Buckeyes. They will go on to take Penn State at home next week to see if they can continue that winning metabolism that they have. And give, yes, I said metabolism, okay?
Momentum.
I don't care. Metabolism. And try to give Penn State their first loss of the season. Meanwhile, over on the other side, Ohio State will travel to Tennessee to take on the 2-1 Volunteers and see if they can pick up their first win in good old Rocky Top. But over there, Jared Lorenzo, 398 yards, 4 touchdowns, also had 34 carries, 34 yards on the day. New t-shirt.
Metabolism.
Yeah. Carlton Rhodes on the defensive stat, 10 tackles, tackle for a loss, and an interception. On the other side, Nate Hall had 372 yards and 3 total touchdowns on the day. Had 8 carries. I don't know why they didn't put his yards. Maybe he had 0 yards. I'm not sure. Jack Tatum on the defense, 9 tackles and an interception. A heartbreaker for the Buckeyes. They saw the first win in sight. Unfortunately, Nate Hall had to be removed from the game. I was being told that Nate Hall was wanting to get back into that game, but the doctors were like, no, we have to sit you. We have to be cautious. CJ Stroud got this, and CJ Stroud was looking great, but just couldn't throw it over any of the 5 Missouri Tiger defenders' heads. I have no idea. He had -5 rushing yards. Thank you, Kurt. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last highlight of the day. With a rushing touchdown. Yeah, that was one of his 3 total touchdowns, huh? That was the last highlight of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Like I said, next week, I will have everybody's stats listed down there. So it won't just be like the players of the game. It was just like a last minute thing. It was already 1:30. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I was like, oh, I still got to type everybody's stats, but I would have to go through the videos and watch that whole shit. That will be happening next week. Hopefully I can get that done by next week, because it is going to be a short week for both AACL and myself. Thank you, Twiggy. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, Mac Dre. Crazy, thank you. Thank you once again for joining me in the booth. Thank you to Clams for tormenting me with the soundboard, as she always does. Thank you guys for letting me have this voice that I have and be able to put it inside your ear holes and let me soothe yourself and get you hyped up over a football game.
What is wrong with you?
Better be nicer to her. She's mean to me. Now go eat an edible. I never relax. I can't relax because tomorrow is the 2-night show. We're starting off week 4 tomorrow. So I can't relax. I got to keep this hype. And ladies and gentlemen, if you were betting for the under, you won, because it's an hour and a half and I'm pretty much done. Thanks, Freight Doom.
Go, champ.
Thank you for the kind words, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. This has been the first episode of the AACL Reycap. Yes, I love puns. Yep, my my debut. I greatly appreciate you guys for sticking in there with me. I'm not throwing it back to Dave because Dave's not even at his computer. So, yeah, I don't know how to end this. I don't think I'd ever gotten this far.
Pee-pee.
Ray in his sleep. Ray in his sleep. Brian fucking Jefferson. Camp!
If that actually happened, I would kill him. I would actually kill him in his sleep.
All right. Last and foremost, before I get off of here, guys, big thank you to Dave for allowing me to do this. I greatly appreciate it. It was pretty much like a last minute thing that I thought of, and I pitched it to him, and he was just like, we'll talk later. And we talked later, and he was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Thank you so much for Dave for trusting me with your community and your Twitch channel. Greatly appreciate it. I hope I never let you down, bro. And I want to see... Clams doesn't like how you gave me your Twitch channel. I hope to see the AACL grow even bigger and even better throughout the years, and especially with the new game coming out in July. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I am the quarterback of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the dot machine, Ray Bashan. On soundboard, that is the tight end for the Auburn Tigers, number 69. That is Clamsy Whamsy. Woo! And this has been the AACL Reycap. We will see you tomorrow for the AACL Tonight Show. Me, Dave, and Yogi will be there to give you all the insights on the next week and give you our pick'ems for next week. And I guarantee you, next week on the Reycap is going to be way better than before. I promise you guys that. But, as Dave would say, good fucking night, everybody!